Memorial Day means something a little different to your family these days.
Yes.
What does Memorial Day mean to you now?
Well, I think it used to mean getting together with family, shopping, picnics. Now it triggers an emotional response of remembering our son and the other military personnel that have lost their lives while in service.
You're a member of the Gold Star Mothers chapter here. What does this chapter mean to you specifically?
It means so much. They've been so supportive, and it's great to have this group of women that just understand we have this thing that not everybody else shares and nobody else would want to share. And we're able to get together and understand without judgment where each of us are in our healing journey.
It's a journey. It's a process, one that may get easier in some sense, but one that also is still just as hard as it was the day it happened. For people in the community that want to help, they want to support, they just don't know how. Maybe they're afraid of the emotional response that comes with saying their names. What can we do? Because the tears are also happy tears too.
Right. So I think our community has been very responsive and supportive of Gold Star mothers and Gold Star families. And I think really just educating each other on these groups that are out there that exist and who we are, that it means that we've lost somebody in service.
Your biggest fear has got to be people forgetting.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Let's talk about your son.
Okay.
Tell us, what did he do? What was his job?
He actually died at boot camp at Parris Island. So he didn't actually go to have a job. So he died there, and his biggest dream in life was to be a Marine. He wanted to be a Marine his whole life and lived his life accordingly so that he could go and serve and just be a Marine. That's all he wanted.
Knowing that he took those steps, he made it to Parris Island, does that give you some kind of comfort knowing that when he passed, he died doing something that he loved doing?
Yes, of course. And he was with his fellow Marines. He wasn't alone. And they were all together.
When you think about him outside of wanting to be a Marine and outside of wanting to have or having these big military hopes and dreams,
Yeah.
what kind of person was he?
He was so smart. He was really, really smart and funny. He loved to have a crowd and have everybody laughing, and he was always really good to help people in need, especially an underdog. If there was an underdog at school that was being bullied or picked on, he would always stand up for that person and make sure that that behavior stopped. And he just was a really good heart, and he really loved life.
When you close your eyes and you think of him, how do you see him?
Smiling with this big grin, happy, excited about his adventures.
What do you think families need to know going into Memorial Day? What can you say to the community out there as we're getting ready to have an extra day off work, go to the beach, and set up to cook out? What else do they need to remember?
They need to remember that we're having this holiday because men and women have given their lives so that we have the freedoms we have. And that's the point of this holiday, is to remember the sacrifices that have been made.